name is Rasika Vaidya. I am a student of Maharashtra National University, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, studying a third year BLLB honors. The today's podcast objective is that to discuss about the child marriages and sexual assault on the child because of the child marriages which regard to the Assam and Bid. And the protect than the present situation of the legal situation which is happening today in our country. We have today with the advocate Om Maheshwari, standing council of Union of India, Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar, and the visiting faculty of our university.
Thank you for having me, ma'am.
Thanks. Ma'am, my today's question is how does the law define the child marriages in today's nation, in our country as well?
All right. But to break it down, if you allow me, we have to see what is marriage, and then we'll come to the main question, that is child. Marriage, if you ask me as an individual, not as a practicing advocate, is nothing but an idea of two people coming together for reproduction. That is what my idea is. But if we talk about the legal aspect, in our country, if a girl is of 18 years and a boy who's 21, so it becomes we can say a man who's 21, they're eligible for marriage. Whoever does not fall into this is less than 18 if it's a girl, and a boy who's less than 21, then they are considered to be child for getting into marriage. Like, for see, if you're talking about voting purposes, the legal age majority is 18. But for marriages, it is different. It's 21 and 18. If you are aware, I hope you are, the bill is pending that even for girl, it should be 21. Why should it be 18 and so? So that is the legal situation as on today. If a girl is 18, a boy who's 21, they are people who are eligible for marriage. Other than that, it will be considered to be a child marriage.
But ma'am, in today's world, like in village, the people mindset is that when the earlier marriage, if the girl get married in earlier age, like 18 or the something like that, so at that time they think that the honor will be protected if she married in the earlier age, like 18, if you said just now.
See, honor is something that cannot be described or discussed in respect of law, because for villagers, honor may be different. For families who are into urban cities, may be different. But if you are putting it into a question that urban, or let us say villages, and for honor purposes they are doing, so you have to see what hampers them. Like if it's a girl child, and what if she has hit her puberty, and they're still waiting for her to turn 18, and in between if something goes wrong in the sense she falls in love, or it is a child is begotten because of some other offense, so that is a threat to the parents. So it is more of they are protecting themselves, they're not protecting honor. It's for their own safety. We'll marry her off.
Like girl is like a glass of pot of glass that break anyway.
Yes, and see, mindset is very difficult. And I'm not blaming it on rural or urban. It can be anywhere. Even financial position cannot help with your mindset. But then, yes, when we are talking about girls, it's not just because of that act. The rising demand in dowry, in the nature of gift nowadays that we call. So, considering all these, parents want to get rid of, is what is my opinion. I may be wrong. People may have different opinions, but that is something that let's get her married off. Let her do anything. We are safe to lead our own life, but I don't approve of it.
And sexual relationship in a child marriage is amounting to sexual assault.
Child marriage itself is an assault. Adding cherry to the cake is sexual assault. Now, marriage, once it happens, unfortunately, in our country, even marital rape is not considered to be an offense. Now we are talking about child marriage, which itself is prohibited. And as I said, according to me, marriage is nothing but a source of reproduction. So the moment a girl who is a minor gets married, she is bound to face that. So yes, it's an assault.
Who is responsible when the child marriage lead to the exploitation?
I have two answers for this then. One, yes, Typical answers: parents, guardians. For that reason, even the priest was getting them married off. That is one way of looking at it. Second, we all are responsible.
Social.
Yes, so
Peer pressure.
yes, peer pressure, or maybe more than peer pressure. I would put it in this way, that, as I said in the earlier segment, that we want to get rid of. So it is the societal pressure that has been built in such a manner that I will consider all are responsible. If legally speaking, according to the 2006 Act, it is parents, then the guardians who are looking after, and so yes.
And next question is that how does a law balance the personal law and child marriage prohibition?
That is interesting. Now, see, we live in a beautiful country, that's India. That's diversity. We have all religions, and we embrace and we love all the religions, and it's there is a secular one. Now, the problem is we talk about personal laws. Personal laws are very sacred. Even in me saying something on the podcast, it's not proper about one religion because I belong to the other one. But then, as far as your question is concerned, see, if we say that if you read the title of 2006 Act, it is applicable to all the citizens, except of course, Pondicherry, because they have French origin. But then, other than that, it says to all citizens of India. So even if it is any particular religion which says that because of puberty, a girl is eligible for marriage, that has gone away. But then, if you allow me to, I will, this is my again own thinking, that law and justice is nothing but a myth. The reason behind is, today we are saying 18 years for a girl to be eligible. Tomorrow, if the bill is passed, it will say 21 years. So whatever I said today becomes irrelevant. So it's a changing one. So can't really help.
Ma'am, is puberty or physical maturity legally relevant in today's world, today's situation?
The puberty is altogether different, and physical maturity is altogether. Even if I am the age, I won't disclose, but the age that I am, my mother may think I'm not matured enough. But then going to physical maturity and puberty, see, considering to 2025, though we are at the fag end, I'm aware of children who are only 8 and 9 are hitting puberty. So can you really say, because of maybe the diet we follow today nowadays, but that, according to me, is nothing to do with physical maturity. Yes, if we talk scientifically and biologically, she is a person who has hit a puberty, who can conceive.
Yes.
But is that what we are looking for?
Profile as well.
Yes, yes. So body wise, if you're going like the one in the earlier era, is not relevant, because paramount consideration of the child is important.
When she get conceived at the age of 12 or 13, it get difficult to deliver the baby as well.
Forget whether she can conceive, whether she wants to conceive, because we are talking about consent. And in our law, consent, whether given or not given, is no consent if she is a minor. So that goes.
What remedies available for the girls who forcibly marry into the
See, if you're talking legally, act wise, then yes, she can approach the police authorities. There are officers which are designated. She can go there. She can raise on social media for that reason. She can take help of the. But see, this is just paper horses that are there. If you ask me reality, imagine a girl who's a minor. She's forced into a marriage, which is prohibited by our law, and she is forced to undergo unnecessary assault or any number of assault. Do you really think she can come out of it, or she can approach, even think of approaching? See, for you to say this is wrong, you need to know that what is right. And a child who does not know anything, she's forced into
aware
it.
about the
She-
legal
yes,
rights.
so rather than putting pressure on her, I will again say it is our fault, as on today child marriages are taking place, because somewhere or the other, even we know that XYZ incident is there wherein the girl was a minor. We might have attended the wedding also. So for that, but then coming to your answer, if I have to specifically get back to it, she can approach the police authorities. There's helpline, there are shelters, but then this awareness needs to go.
But ma'am, many times she could not say that I don't want to marry. But how if she get married and then she conceive the baby? I seen one case in the district court as well. She was the minor only, not completed her age 18.
18.
Then she married and she conceived the baby in after her marriage in 5 months only. Then after that she her husband she found that her husband's affair with someone else, and she come to the court to file the divorce petition, that I want to file that divorce petition because my husband have many affairs in so many girls. What about that then?
She was not legally guided properly, because there's no question of divorce if there's no marriage in eye of law. It's a void marriage. So there's no question of divorce. Divorce is when there's a Hindu Marriage Act or whichever marriage which is recognized by law, and then the law will take care of it to dissolve. Here, there's no question of dissolve. So maybe she was an unfortunate child who did not know the path. Now, her grievance is altogether different from your example. She's not aggrieved that she was a minor and that's why she was married. Here, there's some affair of the husband, and then she's aggrieved, which is altogether a different path. But when the petition is filed, if I had been or you had been the future advocate, yes. But then there's this age that you have to write down on the basis of Aadhaar card. So age, if it is not 18, obviously it will not go for divorce. The nature of the petition will change altogether. But then keeping all these technicalities aside.
But ma'am, before she attained the age of maturity, 6 months ago, and after that she attained the age, and then she consumed, and then she filed a
So
petition.
in your example, she conceived after turning 18?
Yes, yes.
And she was married before.
Before
So-
the majority and after majority,
it's on her whether she wants to continue the marriage. Unless and until you do that, you can't go to divorce.
Ma'am, how does the law address the silence caused by family pressure in villages?
Again, the same answer I would say. See, villages, it's altogether a different lifestyle. Like if we talk about, we are from Maharashtra. We have a place called Marathwada, we are living in it.
Yes, yes.
There's a place called Bid.
Yes.
I have just learned that you two are from the same place, and so
Yes.
am I. So if you look at the geographical aspect and the financial and the criminal aspect of our city Bid, it's altogether different. There are farmers who are who work in sugarcane fields.
Yes.
There are n number of atrocities. Even the children that are there, minor, like we are not talking about child marriage, but the minors, they are forced to be kept home alone, and both the parents go on the fields for sugarcane cutting. The amount is meager. We don't want to divert from the topic, but then still the amount is meager. So they are kept at home. So if it's a girl child who has, let us say, who's only 12, but then she has attended her puberty, and now she's alone at home. So there's a pressure on the parent that what if in our absence anything goes wrong there?
Yes.
Why not let us just get her married?
Yeah.
So these are, but then I'm not justifying that's why it's okay. She was alone.
Not in the education after that. If she
Education is a big problem if we are talking about financially affected people. The reason being, it's not just finance. We have Zilla Parishad schools, we have RT, we have everything. So money should not be a concern. But the reason behind is that whether you want the child to be educated and what is the use of education if she is to be married off. That there the gap lies.
Court consider arresting parents harmful. How to balance it then?
This is just like, okay, this is a poor example, but then I'll still give. We have an act, Beggars Act. What that act says is that it is implemented in few states, not implemented in few. As on Maharashtra, I'm not very clear, but a PIL was pending. I'll tell you the basis behind it. Beggars Act says if you find someone begging on the road, you have to arrest them.
Yes.
And put them behind the bar because begging is an offense. Now you tell me, beggars who are begging for their livelihood, they are not even concerned about shelter, only food.
Yes.
If you put them behind the bars, what is the state going to achieve? We already have people behind the bar. We are running short of the prisons. So according to me in that PIL, my notion was that there's no point. You rehabilitate them.
Yes.
That is how it will help.
Livelihood.
Yes, because a crime, they're not doing it on purpose. Maybe few may, but then it is an outcome of the circumstances they're doing. Coming back to our topic, if you're talking that putting parents behind the bars, if or setting some sentence the act provides, in that case, there's a child who will look after the child. But then that can't be an excuse as well. If people were responsible, now they know it's an offense, you should not get them married, and still they are getting into it, they have to be punished. But then the punishment is the discretion in within the framework of the law. If it says 2 years and fine and so on, looking at the circumstances, courts at times do use that discretion.
So, ma'am, in today's world, like child marriage is happening in Bid as well. We have seen,
Yes.
and in Assam as well,
Assam was, yes.
and in Jalna also. In Marathwada district, Marathwada region, there is a in all the district, the child marriage is happening in very wide range, we can say. So how the state should take the glance for stand for that girls and all.
See, law is at its own place. There are of provisions provided if such an offense is committed, this will be the punishment and so on. And in even our discussion, we've been blaming the parents. Of course, the child is not to be blamed because she's a girl who's a minor. But what about the other aspect? The person who's getting into this, the husband.
Yes.
So awareness has to be there from all, not only the state but the family members as well. The man who is willing to go into a child marriage should understand, because state is, see, overburdened. And I'm not saying that that is an excuse. There is going to be awareness, there are going to be matters, people will be punished, it will send a good result in the society, this is not to be done. But then talking reality or on field work, I would say parents of both the families and majorly the person who is going to be the husband are to be blamed for it.
So what is your recommendation for that girls who is a postly get married into someone's who is a elder than him her sorry her who is a elder than her, like not a 2 or 3 year gap, it is like a 20 year or 15 year gap, so how could she bear it?
See, if she is 18 and she's willing to go for a man who's 40 years old, law is not going to stop her. It can be anything. Above 18, it is her will. We are not going to blame her. It's her choice because she gets the freedom of consent. She can consent to a person who's either 21 or 51. So law does not speak over there. If you're talking anyone below 18, it can be even a day's gap.
Yes.
Then it will amount to offense. So there we cannot say that, see, if you're a minor, think over, she is elder than you, then no, that conversation only will not arise. If she is 18, she may do whatsoever she wants. We are not going to stop her. The law has nothing to say. But below that, yes. As I said, even a day or 2 days matter will be there. So that has to be looked into.
So, ma'am, anything you want to share, like what is happening? You are from Bid now. Anything
First of all, we are not blaming Bid. We have many judges coming from that place. Yes.
No,
See,
ma'am, you are not blaming.
yes,
Just
it was just on a lighter side. But then see, when we are talking about child marriage, it is a concern. We have discussed only Assam, not even much discussed in Bid, but it is a concern nationwide. And the reasons are many. Poverty can be a reason. As you said, honor of the so-called honor of the family can be a reason. The mindset that is there. So it is up to us to change our mindset. We have legal awareness programs are there. Everything is there. It's not a case that the legislature will make a law and keep it aside. It's there. There are an n number of cases reaching, and I'm happy that they are. That means people are vouching for it. People are talking about it, and it's not just about those two families. But then even if we witness, we come to know that a minor is going to get engaged into, maybe willingly, because I said her consent is no consent. But even in that case, it is our duty to be vigilant. It is our duty to report such cases to authorities. Even let us say a layman who does not know who's the authority can very well approach the police. And the thing is that you should be willing to take an action. You, in the sense, can be the family member of either of the party, a known person, a guardian, or people like you and me. And that is how, and I never go for that, it is the state's responsibility. They should conduct programs, work, they do. It's part of their duty. But then as you're educated, citizens of India, literated, it is the duty cast upon everyone that we ensure that such incidents do not take place.
What is message for the families and communities who is a very poor mindset people who forcefully force the girl to get into the marry to someone else?
See, the tricky part and the benefit of the word mindset is it can be changed for good and bad both. But then we look at the brighter side. So if it's a mindset, what can we do as law students?
Yes.
Or people who are in the profession of law? Like you and me, we can take up pro bono programs. We can visit places wherein we can create awareness. Now the thing is that all the time you don't have to have MNLU background and then you go through legal aid. It should be willingly, voluntary, wherever possible. If you come into any social program, and no matter what I say, we all are on social networks.
It's
So
being a law student, we have a duty to protect the girls.
Yes.
So,
as law students, you have duty to protect the society and
Society.
create awareness rather than creating awareness. If you come on this side, the practicing advocates, we are officers of the court. So it is our also duty, other than the clients and matters that we have, it is our duty that we
contribute the
Indeed.
society as well.
Indeed. That's. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am.